Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omni video. Today we are taking on Mog Shinryu fight, and we are going to showcase Mog in this fight. Don't ask any questions, but we might have Mog's BT for this one, and it might be green. So, yeah, we've got Mog's green BT. I did something, and now I have it. So, but no questions asked, right? No questions. We just did something, and we have it. So, it might be a regrettable decision, I think. But you know, it is what it is. It's my boy Mog. It's Final Fantasy VI. I really wanted to see him with the BT and the double follow-up, so we're going to get to see that in this video. So he's actually going to look better here than he did in his character guide showcase. So we're just going to start off with Sarah and Garnet here, double supporting them just like we did in the character guide. But we're going to see him on a full-on Shinryu fight this time, right? And this is kind of a cool fight because, you know, these big mammoths, these so remind me of Final Fantasy VI. You fight these guys in Narsh, which is like kind of the snow-filled city or whatever. So definitely got some memories of this. It's a very good fight for Mog because that's where he comes from. So very, very cool right there, right? So our gauge, you know, starting off very low. We don't really have a true force charger here. And I am not bringing a friend unit. Because I believe the ticket mission is use Mog without a friend. I just assume it is, but they have been changing around some of these missions. And I did notice they really did load up this co-op shop with a lot of stuff. So I think that's kind of the trend moving forward. There's kind of less missions like the Lufenia tokens. Because they gave us a lot of Lufenia tokens in this co-op shop. It was actually really nice. So definitely makes up for like a few events of not getting them. So for those of you that have been asking me about, like, where are the BT tokens, where are the Lufenia tokens, well, that's kind of how they're going to handle it looks like. Instead of just giving you, like, a little bit per event, they might go a few events without them and then give you a big chunk of them, right? So I think they're really trying to reward players who play consistently and not just play here and there to make sure that you're paying attention and you're getting those when they do come out, right? All right, so we're at about 40%. Once again, we're just going through the motions here. Very excited. We got Rubicante coming on the 17th, so that would be the night of the 16th. I'm actually going to check my calendar. What day of the week is Rubicante actually coming? He's coming the same day as the community stream, actually. So, oh, it's going to be Sunday night. This Sunday night. Okay. I think I can swing a stream this Sunday night. I think so. So I think we're going to stream for Rubicante this Sunday. When the banner drops, and then the following day is going to be Monday, and Monday afternoon we should get the community stream, and then after the community stream comes out, I will do my poll planning video for the month of May, which that should be exciting because there's some fun stuff coming in May, so I'll be excited to do that, right? All right, so anyways, back to what we're doing here in the fight. I just had to like peek at my calendar there for a minute. We're at about 60%. You can see Mog's plasma's hitting here and there, so that's good. And we've got, I'm waiting on the BT effects, but I think I'm going to start dropping those pretty soon here, because we're getting high enough now that I think we can drop those. So I think we might do it with Garnet here, actually. Yep. So Garnet's dropping her BT effect. We got Garnet dropping down, and then Mog, I think, is just going to do a turn, and then Sarah's going to drop a BT effect down. Because once you get a little bit deeper, the gauge does start to fill pretty quick. So even though 63% seems like a long ways away, it's going to actually, we're going to get the force time pretty quick here. And we are, by the way, featuring Mog's force. We're going to use his force time. We're going to echo with the other two characters. And we're going to do a Mog BT phase. So something you probably weren't expecting after seeing my polls and my character guide. But like I said, I did some regrettable things. I do regret it. Like if I could go back and undo this Mog BT, I probably would. It was not wise. It was an impulse thing. But in the end, like I'm happy with it. I like Mog. He's fun. Final Fantasy VI. This is a game where it's very easy to recover resources over time. So we'll be good. And I'm still going to get my Rubicante, my Aerith. I still have enough resources for all that. So we're good. We're good. We're all good. All right, so here comes Sarah. I think we're going to drop BT effect at this time. Yep. So we're going to see Mog for the first time with triple BT effects. So we're really going to see his best damage in this video here. And this fight, I mean, it's a combination of I'm running triple Echo, which is pretty overpowered right now because we're still fairly early in Echo era. And the fight just isn't that hard. And I'm running what they want, which is Mog. So we basically just start shutting them down, right? Because one thing these enemies do is they do off-turn debuffing, like when you hit thresholds. So that does give us an opportunity to see El Nino in this fight, which we did not get to see in the other showcase. So that'll be good as well. But the thing is when they're confused, then their threshold debuffs won't be able to trigger because they're unable to act, right? So they are trying to showcase Mog being able to shut down. All right, so Mog, we're pretty close here. I could have like stalled out, maybe try to do some free turn stuff, but I think I just opt to do an attack here. And then we just pass turn. Yeah, we go Moogle Rush because we've got it. And this is good because I didn't get to see Moogle Rush outside of a force. So how much damage did we get from Moogle Rush here? And this is with a Plasma. Yeah, so like 1.2 mil AoE. Pretty good. Like very good damage, right? And Mog isn't even at his peak because with his BT effect, he gets double follow-up. So all of his damage goes up when he's under BT effect. Now in this video, we're only going to see it under force time. But the thing with Mog, it's still good to have his BT even if he's not your main force because you would still pop his BT effect. There's a few auras there, not as many as other BTs. But he'll still get double follow-ups and have double the chance to confuse even as like your side character, not your main force character, right? Still very good. All right, so Garnet, pass and turn here. Now Mog's going to go ahead and do it. And there we are taking ones because we got so many debuffs on these guys. All right, so Mog, we're like, all right, it's FR time. Let's do it. And I did bring Rain's Call, so we're going to drop launching. We're going to drop all of it, right? So we're going to have Garnet follow-ups. We're going to have launching. We're going to have Mog's BT effect. And the Moonwalk, dude. Dude, that Moonwalk is so dang cute. Mog is worth the pull for the Moonwalk, I would say. If you appreciate the Moonwalk, totally worth it. So there, 2.2 mil. That's, once again, very competitive FR damage. That's kind of on par with what you would expect. So very good damage there. Definitely not weak damage. Okay, and Garnet dropping bombs. Man, Garnet's bombs look very similar to the bomb Thancred dropped in his recent showcase video I did. That's kind of interesting. All right, Sarah, popping the Echo. And this is the thing, like Mog's Echo on paper doesn't seem the craziest, but it actually is solid with other characters because you do get 50% pretty much no matter who you use. You just get an extra 20 if you can bring ranged. And it's unfortunate that Sarah is actually not ranged, right? She uses a bow, but she's all magic. So the reason why we got 70% was because we got 50% for hitting Mog's conditions. And then Echoes just naturally deal 20 automatically. It'll be exciting when we get Echoes that are non-attack type Echoes, which I think Eris is that. Really insane because they get a base, I think, 80% gain on top of whatever you get. So you can just get gargantuan gains with these Echoes that are non-damaging. It's kind of crazy what you can get with those. So we'll see here moving forward as we get those characters. I'm pretty sure Aerith is one of those. I have Aerith FR. You'd think I'd know this, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Aerith is a non-damaging one. All right, so Mog doing the scary face on the BT here. And the dance. Like, the animations are actually very cool. I'm a fan of Mog. Obviously, if I did regrettable things to get his BT, I gotta be a fan of Mog, right? All right, and so the Blizzard starts up. We do take like kind of like constant poison damage in this fight too. So Mog's basically regen, HP regen's very nice here. All right, so basically Garnet and Sarah, we're just gonna echo away. And then Mog's got the BT effect drop. So now Mog is going to be doing double follow-ups, which is very good. And during force time, we have guaranteed confuse on every time we do plasma, which is nice. At some point in my rant, we should have done El Nino, so hopefully you guys got to see that. Pretty much the same as plasma. It's just a water attack and it cleanses, which is really nice. One thing I neglected to mention on the calls, somebody pointed this out in the comments when I talked about Mog's calls, saying that they're just okay but nothing too crazy. What's not a part of the actual like call effect, like the call buff, is Mog naturally, I think, will still do Plasma and El Nino, which actually is pretty good on a call, because Plasma, you've got a shot to confuse, but El Nino, I think, is what's really nice. So on the call, if you're debuffed, he should do El Nino and Cleanse on a call is actually valuable. So I would say Mog call is actually a little bit better than maybe I made it out to be, because you do get Cleanse and Healing, which is very good, right? So definitely some use there. Still, though, I would stand by that. I wouldn't pull just for Mog's call, for sure. If you're going to pull, it's because you actually want to get Mog, right? All right, so here comes Reigns. 10 mil, sure. We take those. We take those 10 mils. We take those bombs from Garnet. What, that was a 4 mil bomb right there? That was pretty good. Pretty good. So Mog, let's do burst phase. We're on turn 8. So if the boss doesn't die, we can come out of it and drop a Bahamut on their head, and that should finish them off either way. But these bosses have nowhere near the HP. They're already like halfway dead going into the actual burst phase, right? So here we go. March of the Moogles. And then watch this now. We're going to get double plasmas because we got BT effect up. And these are guaranteed confuse. So double plasma and the launch on the end. The damage is getting heavy now. So 17 mil at 500% is not bad. So Mog, like when you're talking about like Squall, Tifa, like he's not going to hit 70 mil like Tifa. But Mog's going to be able to hit, like with these launches, like over 30 mil shots. Which that's competitive damage. Like in this fight, you know, if the bosses aren't an insane amount of HP like that Squall fight, like you really can get away with Mog as your main DPS here. And that's what we're showing off. And obviously, he looks a little bit better because he is featured in the fight. So he is getting boosted stats. 18 mil on that launch. Enemies just remaining confused to oblivion. And we can tell already, like, the enemies are done at this point, right? They are just done. I think I am going to do another run on this stage. And I want to do some more shenanigans with Tifa to see how fast she obliterates this. Because she was able to take care of that insane Squall fight with 300 million HP. Well, these guys are just going to melt away in Tifa's wake. So I think I do want to run, like, Garnet. And I think I want to get Penelo back in. I want to do Garnet, Penelo, and Tifa. And see how bad we annihilate this fight with Garnet, Penelo, and Tifa. I think that team would just crush this thing. So look forward to another run of that, probably the day after this one drops. All right, jump into Plasma. Yep, double Plasma. And then, yeah, we're just capping on all these numbers. 20 mil launch there, okay. Now, obviously, we want to see what can Mog do on the FR attack. That's the big attack. So that's the attack that we saw. And this is, I would say, a very similar type of situation as the other characters ran, except the other ones couldn't run Garnet on that fight because they absorbed. But, you know, Tifa on the FR attack, super high gauge with launching. She did over 70 mil, which is the single largest attack I've ever done in this game. Reigns did 50 mil. So just as a gauge, we can kind of see what Mog is doing here. Now, keep in mind, Reigns and Tifa both had 5 out of 5 Ultima weapons. Mog's got a 0 out of 5. So I would say that would compensate for, you know, Mog maybe getting boosted stats. Maybe that's how we're compensating there. So I'd say we could call it even with that. So here comes the Force attack. How much damage can Mog do? This is at 935, so not quite max, but just about there. The Moonwalk for the win. Mog doing the Moonwalk. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we get here. Yep. Okay, and we get a 38 mil. Mog just about did a 40 mil shot. Now, yes, that's below Reigns, that's well below Tifa, but here's the thing. Those two characters are single target focus. Mog's hitting AoE. So the fact that he dropped 38 mil and that would be AoE, or I don't know if it would be full AoE, but there would be still a decent chunk of splash on the other enemy. Mog's, like in an AoE fight, is doing actually really darn good damage. He just did 189 mil burst phase. Keep in mind that one of the enemies died very soon. If both enemies were alive there, Mog's easily doing over a 200 mil burst. So, dude, my boy Mog, with all of the utility, is actually putting up competitive damage. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you did on this fight. Let me know if you're liking Mog or not. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.